about to sit for an hour and a half in an uncomfortable spot. Let's see. That'll do that. Oh, yeah. That's better. What up? Can we make everything work here like this? Without being crammed up. I think so. All right, well. Time to do episode 135. What's everybody been up to? Who we got? We got Mr. Shea, 616. Zachary's here. How we doing, Zach? Ground Pounder, what up? So, I guess we'll just, well, I need to start it out thanking everybody, the members, for supporting the channel, keeping the channel rolling. So, yeah, shout out to all of them. They are the reason that I still make content, and I appreciate the hell out of it. So, we got a weird week. It's kind of been a weird one. A lot of crybabying about the heat, and Peter, that reminds me, the two hottest places I think I've ever ended up being was in Florida and then in Missouri. And there's probably only a few people that I can think of that maybe have been able to experience the two of them and compare them. And I follow a guy, he lives in Florida. He came to Missouri, and homie's like, it's hotter here in Missouri. And I don't think it is. I just think our humidity is so incredibly thick that it not only has it become hot, it becomes more difficult to kind of breathe, it seems like. So your phone melted. Oh shit. Yeah, well, I don't doubt it. This week has been a warm one. Been a warm one. And then you get guys that are just, the funny part, I watch so many videos where guys are like, it was 104. You do realize like all that's public. And that's a lie. For your region, that would be like a world record. So it's been a fun week. Just seeing some of the goofy shit that's popped up. So 93 Tuesday here, they say. 66 here, way too hot. I agree. I hate that you had to experience that, Lift. How are you, brother? Okay. Well, I'm trying to do this from this thing today. I don't know how good it's going to end up working long term. We'll see. Seems more comfortable, but plus it's a little bit of a change. And I feel like I can keep up with chat way better like this. So we'll see. We'll just play it by ear and see how it goes. Yeah, and nowadays every dude needs a reason to cry. I mean, there's this funny thing to where it's like no one is wrong anymore. No one, the thing lazy doesn't exist anymore, because when normally, yeah, before it feels like this. Well, I mean, so normally a man would just say like, I didn't feel like doing that, or I'm lazy, like I wasn't feeling it that day. You get an excuse these days. Well, it's because of this, and well, technically, if you think about it this way, okay, there's different men these days. I'll say that. Hey, 50, what up, Chuck? The only time I'm wrong, I'm mistaken. That checks out, brother. That checks out. Um, I don't know who let Jacob in here last time, but I feel like that's a violation. He probably paid to get his way in. That's probably what happened. He probably paid to get like a in the back door. That's not cool. Um, Someone snuck him in. Let's just say that. That sounds way less zesty. And he's a billionaire YouTuber. He makes all the money, so I don't like that though. So whoever let him in, shame on you. Shame on you. And I think a lot of people legit to this day think I'm just BSing when I'm like, when I say Jacob is a member, which is kind of funny. I think it's funnier that people think I'm lying. That's better. So PSAs for this week. Get the company to subscribe. We craned out a tree with a. We didn't see it first. Everyone got lit up. Oh, that's no good. That's no good. Yeah, that's not fun, man. I remember doing one time, and we waited for the the beach armor forever. He was like 2 hours late, and I had asked every ground guy I was subbing, and I had asked all the ground guys to make the last log cut because I started to say it was too big. What up? How we doing, Chris? Uh, I had asked them all to make the cut, and it just needed one more cut, but no one would do it, and that I was so pissed off because I had somehow managed not to get stung the whole time I did the tree, and I walked over and made a cut. Christian, what up? How you doing? I dig Christian. He's a cool cat. Um, yeah, I went over and made that cut, and I was just so pissy about it because no one would do it. Like they were willing to quit over it, and I was like, what? Like I say, if you get stung, then I after you get stung, then you say no. But you haven't even been stung yet. You haven't been touched by a bee. They barely got out of the truck, and I had to make the cut. I remember like having bee sleeves for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, where I just walked around really slow and tried to get further away from it. And as I got further away, they kind of would little by little start to go off. And I didn't get stung. I didn't get stung. They were very like docile, almost to where they they did. There was no like flying around chilling. It was from the log to me, or from me to the log instantly. So yeah, it was wild. But I managed not to get stung. I don't know how I did that. That was kind of sick. What up, Dan? How you doing, brother? Hope everybody had a good Fourth. I dislike the Fourth of July. It's not fun. My dog goes ape shit, and he can't handle it. So it was just, and my neighbor did a fireworks show, so it was like blowing up all over my house. TVs wouldn't go loud enough to drown it out. Homie had ate a whole bag of like of the chill out treats, and he's a big boy. It didn't do any good. Kids are scared. Yeah, most of the dudes are scared, but they're not going to tell you they're scared. They're going to tell you, well, technically, I didn't do it because the angle of the dangle was a little weird on my giant. That checks out, but I no, we're not doing that. So PSAs for this week. I was flipping through YouTube and I stumbled across Okie Woodsman. And he may be using satire and being like like laughing at it. Maybe he's trolling a little bit, but he seems like such a sensitive dude. One of those you can only leave positive feedback, and if you don't, you're a hater. And that's funny to me. He seems a little sensitive, a little whiny, but because someone called him dumb, he like it really hurt him. Like, and I don't even think they called him dumb. Like, don't be dumb or don't that was dumb or if that makes you sensitive and to where you get in your feels about that, I would say you shouldn't post on social media. That's probably not a good idea. RMF Family Services, what's up? Okay, so Oki, I seen his. Uh, he says at one point he says he's got a genius idea, and I hope he's just trolling. But he's thought about, and this is a good idea for certain things. Like I wouldn't mind getting a little umbrella that would go over my GoPro to keep it from overheating. But he's like a umbrella over the chainsaw because he's apparently dealing with the chainsaw gas bubbling. Okie Woodsman is who we're talking about right now. But yeah, if you caught any of his stuff, what up, John? He was putting out videos where he would open his cap and the gas would be boiling. And I've seen that before, and I think it seems to be like it's a somebody had said something about most regions have a winter batch of gas, which they put additives in to keep it from freezing, and then you have a summer time gas, which the winter stuff will boil at a higher heat. Like it'll start to boil at not a higher heat, but a quicker heat. So he switched the gas, and I think maybe he's okay now. But I've never really heard about that. So it was it was funny to see him try to figure this out, and he thinks like if he puts an umbrella on it, it would help. I do have to say that while these tanks are nice to be able to see your gas, or not these specifically, but the newer tanks are somewhat clear, so you can see through. They do let the UV rays through. It get hotter quicker than if you had the painted tanks, the old tanks like this 200T. But yeah, I've had that happen before, but it's been very, very, very rare. I've seen some people say some stuff this week that like goes against every bit of experience that I've had, and it just blows my mind how things can get so different from one person to the next. Um, check this out. I stumbled across the craziest. Have you guys seen that fat chick that does tree videos? She's a fat, heavier set, short, long gray hair, kind of curly. She puts out all kinds of weird videos. She put out a video this week about ticks and preventing seeing ticks and stuff like that, and uh, how she preps the job so she doesn't get a tick, which is just something I don't know. It was crazy. Yeah, you guys. I think it's like I'm trying to remember what the fuck. Danielle Muffy, Danielle Muffy or something like. It's something like that. She's a heavy set, gray haired fat chick, but she's been making videos for a long time. I just was amazed by the tick video. So I was like, whoa, check it out. Somebody did a tick video. That's what we need on YouTube. Okay. Okay, no one got that. But all right. The person that I was talking about will, and they'll get real mad. I guess that's all that matters. Stop crying about the heat, ladies. We don't I don't care about how hot it is where you're at. It's hotter where I'm at. Okay. Um, everybody's crying about the heat, and it sucks. I did a bit of an experiment this week. Uh, you see Muffy's channel, Danielle? Crazy shit. She had like a, I don't know. She's got a nice cat though, don't she? You know who I'm talking about. Um, all right. Uh, yeah, I don't care about the heat. It's not hot where you're at. Okay, it's not. um, this is crazy. I'm getting sick of seeing this on YouTube where like I'm not a logger, okay? I'm a tree guy. All right. Oh, I'm not doubting that it is hot where you're at. I bet it's everybody at some point it's hot where they're at. But I don't care because I just don't. No one cares. It's just that's the world right now. So like you got to deal with it. I did an experiment this week. Everybody keeps talking about these estrogen elevators, these sissy lifts, these bucket baby thing. Like, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna try this out, and I want my cousin's like, I got one you can use. So I'm like, I'm gonna try this out. Everybody, what up, old head? 115 and okay, there's another place, Nevada, probably gnarly as hell, but look at the location as far as like coastal, and it's stupid hot in these areas. So like adding humidity to heat makes it so rough to like breathe. And when you don't have like, I would imagine coastal regions have more of a breeze. I'm probably making that. I am making that up. If I'm telling the truth, I made that up just now. But I feel like there's an ocean breeze where you're at, where by the time that ocean breeze makes it to Missouri, which is the crotch of the United States, there's no more breeze left. I think you guys used it all up. What up, Puss? And took all the breeze before it ever got to me. So I don't like that. You could let a little bit of it get by. It just gets stagnant around here. But this logger versus tree climber. Okay, if you're a logger, you're not a climber. And if you're a climber, you're not a logger. Like there are those guys that are good at both. Um, but that TKP dude is the biggest dipshit on YouTube. He's just weird. And because he doesn't get specifically like outright hateful, people are like, "You're so amazing. Yeah, I will overlook every goofy ass thing you do." Okay, okay. But I have an issue when he's like, "I'm a tree guy." No, you're not. No, you're guy. You are absolutely. You're not a tree guy or a climber. Just because you can fall a tree. I promise you, if we had to switch roles for a day, here's where I look at it. I can do your job. I, you can't do mine. If you did mine, that belly, you wouldn't have that belly. You would not have that belly if you did mine. Like, but that's why I'm not going to sit there and talk about. I'd fall 100 trees in a day because I'm like the greatest logger because I've cut down some trees. They're two different things, and that's where you get like a disconnect where a tree guy or a climber would do it fall a tree a different way than a guy that's out in the woods doing production shit. um, I can't take that dude serious because he doesn't take himself serious. Like, look, he's got his big old bald head out there looking goofy as hell. You're either a logger, a climber, or a banana. God, we know which one he is. I'm talking about Tim. We know which one he is. I don't. Okay. All right. Let's start the week off. First channel, first one of the week. Reg Coates. Um, Reg has been blessing us all with videos here lately, and for God's sake, hopefully y'all are appreciative of it. Try to hype the videos and stuff like that, share them, like the video. I don't know. It blows my mind how insecure dudes are. I don't know. But he put out a video where it says a rare day of contract climbing. And I'm like, huh, this ought to be kind of cool. So he gets there. He's got a few trees that he's doing for a buddy of his named Jared. Um, the conversation is so zesty right now. I don't like that at all. I don't like that. Make it change. Nope, nope, I'm out. Um, I don't know who that is, but I could see like there's a couple people that I think the same thing about him. Like he's that's funny. But he's working with his buddy Jared, which you get a little bit of banter from Reg, which is so rare. You don't get banter from Reg. He is so I actually like with everything that he knows a lot of shit. So much stuff. He doesn't know how to laugh. Like I don't think he's ever learned how to laugh. He skipped that. Um, you may get like a huh, huh out of him. I just don't think he's ever done it before. So you're not going to get a big burst of laughter, but you get to hear a little bit of banter with him and this Jared dude, and it's kind of fun to see because you don't see that with Reg. It's a 40-minute video with nothing to pick at. Like nothing to pick at. I tried. Like I'm looking for something, but he ends up getting to the top and uses the dog leash technique on the second treetop that he did. And there's so many scenarios. Okay, if it's a mind frame you have as a climber, and at times, certain if you have that mind frame, you this is where guys uh like the Murph dog can't come to terms with it. Some people are thinkers and some people aren't. Some people would just go, it's like a tech, a the answer to the problem doesn't exist for them until someone puts it on YouTube, and then they have the answer. And then there's other people that are like, yeah, I may look to see if anybody else has figured it out, but that doesn't stop them. They keep going and figure it out. And I like you'll see a climber do something that maybe you feel like you've came up with. Um, and that's not the case. It's just that is the answer for that problem at the time, and it's the most simple way of doing it. To where I would be absolutely narcissistic and a goofball to be like, "Yo, Reg used my technique." What? That's weird. No, that's not. That's not what happened. But yeah, I used got up towards the top, and what's nice about dog leash and stuff, I've started using it when I was just in a bucket. I was in a lift, and it just helped to be able to hang something and then be able to process it because I didn't have height. And that's kind of what he did in this scenario. But you know, if you're climbing, you can hang a top, let it sit there, and dice it up. And as long as you got the drop space below, or dice it up into pieces that you can manage and throw, and you don't got to hold on to the piece. That was just the thing that I wanted to when I first started. I ever got in a lift, like I was throwing branches, and it was like I would hang some, and then it got to the point where I want to hang something bigger, and I couldn't reach a top. And I was like, well, if I just hang the top off of itself, it's already holding that weight. Hang the limb off of itself, it's gonna hold. And so I went and found like at first I remember I was using some old funky looking toe straps to do it. So um, people use your technique called tree service. That's crazy. That's rude. Do they not shout you out? Owed royalties? That's you should. You should if you made it up. Um, so yeah, Rage ends up dog leashing out the top, and it was just funny to see him use a technique like that because I figured he'd have a more smarter way to do it. But it worked perfect for that situation, and it was just kind of wild. I can't say I've seen Reg do a lot of that. The other thing I noticed is on his Speedline strap setup, he has all rigging beaters. You know how expensive that is? Those damn rigging beaters are like 60, $70. And I have them on like, I don't know, 3 or 4 of mine, and those are the ones that I mainly use. But yeah, man, he had a whole stack, and they all had steel rigging beaters on them, and that's I was just like, damn, that costs a lot of money. Um, what else? I have Reg is funny, but he doesn't know how to laugh. Like he's got jokes, but he doesn't know how to laugh to them. It's funny. I like it. But on his way home after working, he uh he got to talking about, and it's that fit skinny, like I don't know if heavier set dudes have the same issue, but like a fit skinnier guy, if you don't drink enough during the day, you have certain parts of your body that are just gonna lock up. And his was his hands, and he's like, "I'll pay for this tonight." And if that's not something that happens to you, be grateful, because like through the entire summer, it probably won't be a day that I work that I've tried to drink enough liquid throughout the day. And I like feel sick to my stomach from drinking so much, but I'll sweat so much that I'll still have complete Charlie horses in like my back or my thighs, my calves. Like it gets rough. Reg the goat, he got monies. I don't know. I wish he did. He deserves all the monies, but I don't know. I think YouTube is it's what have you done for me lately? And it won't be long before the name Reg won't like it won't even be something we talk about. Or it'll be something like guys like me will say, "Man, do you remember when Reg used to put out videos?" But we only get about 100 years, so we need to enjoy our problems while we still have them. David, facts, brother, facts. Um, to pretend like there is no problems in life and that things are always positive is crazy. There's joy to problems. Like I enjoy solving problems, like, and it's character building, and like these goofy content creators that pretend like there's nothing in life that's ever negative or just that's just a lie. And that's for me personally, I don't relate to a liar. So I can't watch that stuff and be like, this is great content. But yeah, that was Reg for this week. All right, like I said last week, someone let Jacob in. This week, he put out a video called he didn't. What? When did he show up? Was that? Did I do a live during? I had to have been during the week. Um, I think it was during the week. So he put out this video. Again, this is guilty of treason. Put out the video called "The Other Climber Got Hurt." Dot dot dot. So I finished his 130-foot tree. All right. Actually, I'm just gonna do this because it pissed me off right at the beginning. One thing we don't do over here is we don't apologize for being honest, for being a man for a second. And he starts the video out apologizing. I don't like that. All because he's like, I don't like this. It's like little puss boy is like, I just, I was watching the video and I teased some people. And I mean, do people think I'm a jerk? No, I think you're lame for apologizing. You were funny for just teasing. That's how rare like banter is nowadays. That's how many feelings people have these days. Jacob felt the need at the beginning of the video, the intro, to apologize because he joked a couple times in the video. I don't like this at all. This is not good. Um, so I wish he would take it back. I wish he would at the end he would have been like, actually, I take that back, or he just didn't put that in. But I don't know, dude. That was zesty. I don't like that. Stick to your guns. Um, somehow, as the video was happening, because I got your stupid titles are so long, but he did the dot dot dot, so I gotta let him get away. So I had to click on the thing to see the rest of the title, and then the description came up. And who's putting these videos together? Somebody's being lazy, because who's the goat? The dude on the bike that stopped by. Wasn't that Trevor Ahern? No. If it was last time I seen Trevor on a bike, he went to jail. That was a tranny. I'm telling you. I'm gonna get to it here in a second. The tranny that stopped by on the bike, he he came by and he instantly was trying to get their number. So we'll get to it. We'll get to it. It wasn't Trevor though. I think Trevor, when he rides a bike, he goes to jail. Um. So what was Jacob doing? So yeah, the description. It says it's the same description from last video. You're not even trying anymore. The description is now. I'm never reading another description on any of his videos ever again. Shut up, Tim. Um. What else? Okay, yeah. In this video, there was so the guy he's working for, his name's Hunter, and I'm not calling him Hunter. He at one point he says he tastes like bacon. So we got Big Flav and Bacon Flav. So when I say Bacon Flav, that's apparently Hunter. He calls himself that. I don't like that name, but I mean, it's his name. He can choose whatever he wants. I don't like that, but yeah, we got Bacon Flav and Big Flav on the video too. They were like talking about stuff. The Big Flav talked about August, and I don't know. I think he's got like a little thing for him. That's not cool, dude. You should don't. That's not cool, dude. What's going on? Oh no. Okay. So the video starts. He's got his stupid JK boots on. Um, who names their boots just kidding? Because every time you're like, uh, such a great product here, JK Boots. Just like I feel like that's their way to get out of it when it falls apart. They were like, the name is just kidding. So I don't know about that. I don't know about them boots, but he's always talking about these stupid boots. If you ain't wearing screw bottoms, I'm not down with you. And then Jacob carries his gas in pee bottles. Um, I don't like that. You know the pee bottle you keep in the work truck that's like underneath the seat. He's always carrying his gas in that. That's weird. But he's up in the tree doing this work. Apparently, I mean, I'm not telling the stupid story about how this guy got hit when he was a kid. I think his dad ran him over or something. But something happened like that. He's like 2 years old or 5 years old. and they sewed his hand or his arm onto his leg, and it tastes like bacon. All right, so if you've seen the video, you know all this. So he's got a leg arm that smells like bacon, but Jacob's in the tree and he's climbing, and Bacon Flav has a lady come by and she asked for an estimate, and so he goes to go give her estimate, but he's still on the comms, and she's like, "I was watching you the other day." She's talking to Bacon Flav at the time, and did you break your leg? And we got to listen to the story again. I think I heard the story 17 times in this video. I mean, it's not a cool story. I feel bad for the guy, but I need to hear it that many damn times. And I don't know how having your arm put on your leg turns it to a bacon flavor. I was lost as soon as he did that. So, yeah, I don't know. So he's got the pee bottles, and then he's buck strapping his way up without a tie-in at first. I don't know. I don't know, dude. Do you realize how goofy you look when you do that? Just tie in, you little buckstrap Billy Gay over here. Get a tie-in if you're gonna be cutting and stuff. Like, I don't know. I don't really like it. He does. What else? What? Um. Oh, okay. So he's headed up the tree, and he starts talking about he's talking to Big Flav. I think he could be talking to Bacon Flav. I don't. One of the two. They're the only two that got comms. And he's like, "Yeah, I see guys sometimes with experience that leave stubs," and I'm like, "Come on, guys, cut them off." If, I don't know. If you're gonna say that, like, name the dude, because he turns around and, like, contradicts himself 2 minutes later and is like, "These stubs are gonna help. I left these stubs for a reason. Never leave stubs." Like, he's all over the place. I'm just trying to keep up. He makes fun of Kevin Ham at one point, and that was the best part of the video. But he apologized for it at the beginning of the video. I don't like that at all. Um, Made me not want to watch the video because I'm like, all the cool stuff he's about to say, he's already said sorry for it and took it away. So I say, make fun of Kevin Ham more. He seems like he can take it. So, um, he talks about how it's stupid to leave stubs and then leave stubs. You know, like the typical narcissistic YouTuber that is instantly a hypocrite in their video within 2 clips. Um, I think this may have been if you've never been able to tip tie and rig out wood in logs, it's quite the just beautiful floating process where if you were rigging it normal, putting a face cut in it, it would go end over, it would shock load heavy. But this may be the first time he's ever tip tied wood and salami cut it because you're introducing it into the system in a stationary fashion, which puts way less strenuous like forces on the rigging in general. And he just seemed very amazed at tip tying with the salami cut. He called it something stupid and he called it angle cut. It's called a salami cut. That you put it off at an angle. Just I don't know. What else? He started. What else he say? He's always talking about other climbers. He don't say nobody's name, and if he does say their name, he's like, "I'm sorry." That's dumb. He says it's that if you think you're the best, I feel like this is a personal shot. This is what I'm getting at. I feel like this was a personal shot at me and he's like, he says something about if you think you're the best, you're what did he say? Egotistical, and that it's stupid to say. Says the guy that's not the best. I mean, you're only saying that because you fall in line. Like, if you were the guy at the top, you would probably have a difference of opinion. So, I don't know what he meant by that statement. I feel like it was a personal, like, jab at me. You call it a fence. I've heard it fast cut a lot of times, but a fast cut is can usually be made just as a straight pass. The salami cut allows that piece to move off so smoothly into that rope. You're basically just setting the weight into it and waiting for the rope stretch to happen. And when you're dealing with crazy weight like that, you're always going to get that rope stretch. But if you get that rope stretch too quick, like in too quick of a fashion, that's when it explodes. That's when things break. That's when a minor little defect in the rope becomes a failure. So second tagline on towards the bottom. Yeah. What is he? He better not have been talking about me. Um, so what does he say? He makes I don't know. He just I'm psyched for him. It's like you. I remember the first time I kissed a girl. You know what I mean? And I felt good for him that he got to experience that kind of rigging. I was like, that's good for him. But kind of a rookie. What else? Oh yeah, a femboy showed up, which was weird. Come riding up on like an e-bike or something, and just wanted to like touch someone, touch hands or tongues or tips or I don't even know what he did. But the crazy part's when he rode up on the bike, it didn't have a seat, and he kept sitting down. It was just the pole. So I don't know what that dude was doing. He was he was there though. He showed up, and Jacob. I think Jacob knew him, which is even weirder. But he showed up and he's like, I live right around the corner. The seatless bike, but the pole extended all the way up. It didn't make any sense to me. I don't know. It may have been. I don't know. You ever see those play knives that like when you go like this, it goes in? I hope that the pole was like that. You just watched him when he came up. It was I don't know. It was different. It was definitely different. I've never seen I've never seen that before. But yeah, that guy was only in it for a little bit. And then Jacob gets down, and the JK boots are hurting his feet because they're not cool, dude. Like they told you that, oh, these are comfortable boots. Just kidding. Crying about his legs hurting. Um, and then he goes back up to the last log, and he's firewooding it. Um, yeah, I agree with Pusk. You definitely should have done that. Bacon Flav would have kicked your ass though. He would have beat you down with his bad leg. It would have been good for you. What else? Um, he starts firewooding the next tree down and the rigging stem, and he says that the stubs are gonna help. Yeah, these stubs are actually gonna help. So in this video, he says one time, he does say one time that stubs are bad, get rid of them. But on multiple occasions in this video, he says stubs are good. So personally, I'm going to take that as he likes stubs, and it's okay to leave stubs because the ratio is like you've said two good things about stubs, but before you did that, you was like never leave stubs. You're just regurgitating what your internet daddy told you. August, have have a brain for yourself. No, no. Um, Jacob says at one point that oh my god, that these straight up and down fir trees are harder to negative rig than a deciduous tree. Shut up, shut up. You don't know what it would take to do a deciduous tree. Always on these little straight poles all day, so you don't know. You don't know. And then he says firewooding a tree down is faster than rigging it down. If you're a rookie, if you ain't got the skills, just set the rigging up and get through it quick. Like maybe I just don't. I think for me, I would rather make 6 cuts down that log or pull over big chunks. Like I don't know. I would rig it and get out of it quicker. But he seems to think that firewooding a tree down is faster than rigging. I guess if you're a rookie at rigging, maybe. Um, the first log he falls because he firewoods it down most of the way, and then they're gonna fall these 2 stems. First one he falls. Um, it goes good. But the second one he falls, I think he was trying to take this. I think he was trying to take the pole out. It was pointed directly at. There was space on either side. He could have went to either direction, and it had to be an absolutely perfect shot to mess something up, and he got it. He knocked that pole sideways, and apparently Bacon Flav fixed it with the backhoe or something like that. So Jacob, it didn't technically matter. This is the problem I have. At the end of the video, he's trying to cheat the system, and he says he's got a trillion subscribers, right? A trillion. This is illegal right here. I don't like this at all. Someone needs to check this guy out. He said, I want you guys, will you guys all do, I'm going to stand up for a second. Will you guys all do me a favor and go to my Google um, and give me a 5-star review? And I like this. I was instantly mad. I was like, nope, nope. So what I did is I went there and gave him a 0 star to cancel out all the people that want to go help him. So I don't know. And I called the Better Business Bureau. So I wanted to even things out because he's going to get a bunch of people that's going to do the 5-star thing. Sheep, you know what I mean? And I like being different. So yeah, I did something else, and I was like, he'll respect this. I mean, he'll respect the fact that I just wasn't like everybody else, and I did my own thing. I think so. Yeah, I gave him a 0 star, wrote a complaint, and called the Better Business Bureau. So we'll see what happens. That's all I got for Jacob, though. Oh, Jesus Christ. You guys still, what do you guys do? All right. Next channel is yeah. Next channel is Rion Rounds. Rion put out a video called "Multiple Trees Crushed This House, Then 6 Raccoons Ran Inside." Sounds like a children's storybook. Oh, I don't know. But I guess it works. He did the dot dot dot, which you notice how everybody's getting on the dot 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 train. I feel like I made that up. They're using my technique.
And again, no credit. No credit. I think I was the first tree guy to do the ... but maybe not. What else? Oh yeah, so he has Damien show up. Asser. His name has ass in it twice. That's weird. You know what I mean? Kind of weird if you think about it. Do something here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Tree service. Dude, I opened the. See, he's even Peter's even using it. So he's got Damien there, but it's still. We had last week was good Rion video, and then this week back to the stupid machine work and talking about plywood and pads. I feel like we're in a women's bathroom. I don't like this at all. He's always talking about how what's up with his pads and his plywood, and I just don't like it. I think it sucks. Show me some tree cutting and like a chainsaw or something. I don't care about your pads. How many pieces of plywood you laid down? That's like the most boring part. If I looked at that job site and I was like, man, what's the most boring thing here? Maybe the plywood they're driving on. Well, let's make half the video about plywood. This has got to stop. I don't like that. He, what else? He's got Damien. Rion's complaining. Oh God, this is the part that's like, I don't know if me and Rion would like. Rion is talking about how he called the city to get a permit. He's like, I called the city. He's telling Damien this. And he says, they didn't send it to me. Oh my God, lift. That's not funny, lift. That hit hard. I'm not a heartless bastard. I have feelings too. Shut up, Tim. You don't want to talk to you. Yeah, so Rion's okay, yeah. Rion's talking about this damn permit he's trying to get. The city didn't send it, but then he called them back. Was like, hey, can I get that permit? They said we sent it, and they're like, he's like, I didn't get it. So they emailed it to him again. He got it. Well, at this point, he says, hey, Damien, the neighbor. This is crazy. So Rion goes over and puts a camera in the neighbor's yard. You're not working for this guy. And dude, he'll make a move on you. Shay, look out, dude. And then he'll blame it on, well, your name's Peter. Don't trust him. Don't turn your back. Don't turn your back on him. So where was I at? I was trying to save Peter's life there. Don't trust him. Rion put his phone as a time lapse in the neighbor's yard to record his job, and then was appalled and like offended when the neighbor started mowing his lawn because it would interfere with Rion's camera that was in the middle of his yard. It's not like on the edge of this guy's. It's in the middle of this guy's yard. And if Rion didn't ask him, he's kind of lame. He's kind of inconsiderate, narcissistic, main character syndrome. Like, I can almost understand that kind of stuff when you get out in public places, but you went to this man's home. So I just hope, for the sake of like Rion being a cool dude or being lame as hell, that he asked first and then was like, why would the guy start mowing after I asked him if I could put a camera there? Hopefully that's what it was, but you didn't really tell in the video. I just thought it was funny that he was offended that the guy decided to mow his own yard because it was going to interfere with his camera. Um, and then Damien and Rion went on a couple romantic dates in the video. I don't know. Brother, he will, but he'll have it. He'll probably hoop it. I'm telling you, he'll have one. You'll see him. He's got nothing in his hands, nothing in his pockets, nothing in it, and all of a sudden he just reaches back and has a banana. All of a sudden, he's. I'm telling you, dude, don't turn your back. Like the type of guy to drop trousers and run full blast backwards through a cornfield. I just, what up, Yank? He really needs a banana visor. Yeah, he does. He definitely does. Um, all right. Well, that's all I got. I didn't like that they went on like 6 romantic dates at the end of the video. So don't show me that no more. I don't want to see that. God. I didn't like it. All right. Stop it. Next channel, August Haneke. Fucking I swear to God. I swear to God, if I ever see you in that, oh my God. You could use the steel holster for the pistol gun. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Fucking okay. Okay, stop. This is serious. August Haneke put out a video. He put out a video. Tree versus Cadillac / garage disaster. Okay. His comment section is so lame. If I ever glazed another man that hard, I would. Jeez, I hope your wives see this shit. It's like, you're the most incredible man alive. How do you carry the world on your back every day when you go up a tree? Your extreme poise and mastery of the art befouls me, and I just want to kiss your lips. You guys got to chill with the comments. Like you're glazing too hard. Like I shouldn't read your comment, and I get embarrassed. I don't even know you. I shouldn't be embarrassed, but I'm like, you ever like you're at a buddy's house or like I don't even fucking know what kind of scenario is set up, and you like go to put a movie in, it turns out to be his porn with his wife. You're like, oh my God, I wasn't supposed to see that. That's what I feel like about the comment section. I'm like, I don't think I'm supposed to be reading this stuff. This seems too personal. So stop that. You guys could stop that. I don't like that. Sweet, yeah. Don't live. Don't do it. Also, I don't like this. I don't like. I get when you're like, hey, that guy. I don't actually. I don't. But you like to emulate people, and you're like, that guy's cool. I'm gonna do what he does, or I like that idea. I'm gonna do it, or I like the. Some people will steal a person's whole persona and pretend to be like that on YouTube. But y'all are starting to match upper lips. I'm out. I'm not part of this. I'm not part of this thing you guys are doing. I feel like Damien has a mustache because August has a mustache. And he was like, I want my lip to look just like your lip. That way, if they ever get in a battle, they match. I don't like that. You don't grow a mustache because you want it because you're impressed by another man's mustache. You grow a mustache because you accidentally shaved a little bit too much and you're like, I messed it up. I'm gonna do a stash for a little bit. Um, and this comes from a guy whose dad's had a mustache my entire life. You know how many times I've had a mustache? Maybe a couple times when I was like a teenager, when I only grew it on my lip, but I wanted to show like I grow a little bit of hair because that's like of course like there. But I don't stop doing that. Don't match lips. That's weird. And you guys have mustache dude. That's sick, Yank. He's probably trying to be like you too, Yank. I don't like that. I don't like that. He was mesmerized by your lip, and he's like, I would love it if my lip looked like his lip. This is not good. Mustache right. Hold on for a second. Fucking A, man. All right. The problem with that is like you can have the mustache and still have everything else. Like there's still a mustache there, but I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Some of the mustaches I'm like I don't trust that guy. I don't trust him. So oh shit. Okay, so this week my guy Ground Pounder, fish on, brother. Like he's been getting her done, doing his fishing thing out on the boat. So if you enjoy that kind of stuff, homie has been doing live feeds out fishing on the regular. So definitely go check out Ground Pounder. He showed us some fish, I think, the other day. Good for you. Like I dig it. I dig when somebody has like a because you gotta have those other hobbies that you do and give you something to enjoy. And I think it's sick that your family takes part in it and goes to and find some kind of joy in it. So good for you, man. He's probably gone and don't hear none of that. So if I won't admit it if you guys tell him I said anything. Next channel. What'd you say? Conor McGregor just walked out with 2 leprechauns following him. Jesus Christ. That's crazy that Cejudo and Dvalishvili could get there that quick after their wrestling match. I thought they were in Georgia. Next channel is Lone Wolf. That wrestling match was sick though, Tim. I don't know if you caught that one with RFA. Like Henry almost teched him in like the first couple minutes, and then Dvalishvili come back and did like I think he had like 12 points consecutive to 12-0 or something like that. It was crazy. Arcane Arbor Care, I think, is the other name for this channel, but it's Lone Wolf. And when I say Lone Wolf, it was you have to check it out, Tim. It was a really, really good match. It's not Lone Wolf as in $50 is $50. It's not that one. It's a different Lone Wolf. But apparently $50 he's still doing good. I'll check in on him here in a few. But this is the Australian Lone Wolf, dude. Their trees, those eucalyptus, they look awesome. They look so fun, like and clean. They don't have such ignorant growth. Like they have like super challenging growth is what I mean. But it seems to be more clean in the interior on those, kind of sycamore-esque, but maybe without the scratchy throat. But I always enjoy watching the guys from Australia do those eucalyptus trees. They're always fun. But I don't know. I don't know what his name is, what Lone Wolf's name is, but someone needs to tell them birds, whatever kind of bird you got. I want. Who is Conor McGregor? Hank, you're awesome. Um, I don't know either. I don't know who that guy is. Someone needs to tell these birds to shut up, because at first I thought he was putting bird chirping in the background of his videos, but in this video, the birds was so loud I couldn't even hear him. So I don't like that. Someone needs to tell them birds to shut up. Throw a rock at them or something. I don't know. I couldn't hear the video. Okay, what do we got now? Oh God, no. Okay, so this week, Sizemore Tree Works. What up, Dan? Sizemore Tree Works put out a video. 2 pines, 1 maple. So the plus size pretender is back at it again. He climbs another baby tree. He is like the ornamental tree climber. Like he should change the channel name to the Ornamental Master, because like it doesn't seem like he's always climbing these little baby trees, and it's almost funny, but it's always like ornamental type trees that he's doing. Maybe his area just doesn't really have bigger trees, but in one of his videos he says he has the gall to say, I don't have a lot of experience in small wood. I mainly mess with big wood. Well, that sounds gay, but like on top of that, that's a lie. That's not true. You're not used to big wood. Like, just because this, I can be anybody I want to be on YouTube. No, you can't. No, you can't. You can pretend if you want, but like, no one's buying it unless you're just gullible and a complete fool. Low hanging fruit. Why are you watching? Still watching him? Because I wanted to know what, like, I'm gonna learn stuff, dude. Why? I mean, I find humor in someone being so. Let me find a way to actually. Okay, I find humor in it, but at the same time, I took personal offense to someone being offended, and like he got offended over nothing. So I feel like it's only right for me to give something to be offended about so I can continue to watch and laugh. Now, if he just would have been normal and like not get offended and like throw a hissy fit, I leave it alone. But I don't know. I you guys don't find a problem in someone pretending and just putting out like BS? I don't know, man. I can't really get into it, but yeah, he should chill a little bit. I wanted to keep up with the few people that really back the reflex. That is one reason that I've been watching him a lot here recently. A leprechaun climbing an ornamental looks regular person on a regular tree. That's true, but if an elephant climbs up on top of a piss ant, what's that look like? Jesus Christ. I want to keep up with the few people, and now I actually have a reason to kind of back off from it, because I finally got my answer. I was really keeping up with him because he was one of the few that really backed the reflex instantly. The second he got it, he's like, "This thing's great. It's awesome. Like, it's a game changer. Like, it is a game changer." And I would recommend anybody. And I'm like, huh, damn, that's crazy. Homie would jump on that quick. But in the video he just put out, he's already back on the rope runner and doesn't talk about the reflex, doesn't really use the reflex. And I just was waiting for that. I figured that would end up being the case. He would quietly not come back and fix the misinformation that he put out there and be straight up with people. It's I'm riding the next fad, and I don't care who has like the repercussions or what other people like. If I influence people in a wrong way, don't matter to me. I'm on to the next fad, the next thing, the next thing. People are going to look at you and tell you as a subscriber and a viewer they love you, but they're going to treat you like a business transaction when it comes to YouTube. Seems like the reflex is slipping on guys after a while of use, and it is. And it is. And I think those kind of things need to be talked about before somebody else jumps out there, because they go and they look up. No one else, people don't put out the video where the tool starts making mistakes and there starts to be glitches and things. But when you look up ISC reflex, what you're going to get is every fucking knucklehead in the world that got one early and was like, this thing's a game changer. It's going to change your life when it comes to tree work. I'm never going back. Greatest thing ever. 2 days later, that thing, they never use it again. It had a bunch of hiccups with it, but they're not going to come back and tell you that, because the reason is because it may contradict the other video that they put out. And that's what an honest person would do. That's what a person with integrity would do. They would go back and be like, oh, I put out some misinformation. I kind of want to go back and be like, hold up. That was a little off. Like, I jumped the gun. But you're not going to get that. You're not going to get it. I don't even watch that BTS guy anymore. That's all you need, dude. That's all you need. I'm about to get to him here in a second. I thought it was funny in this video that Sizemore acts like this is his job, and he's big bad climber. He's teaching climbing classes and stuff like that. But there's like he climbs these 2 beanpole pines, and has a guy who actually does the actual tree work. And we see nothing of what that guy does. We only see Sizemore swiveling back and forth on a little noodle of a pine tree, and the other part, him making the face cut in the tree that the guy climbed. He goes up, makes the face cut, and I bet you something happened there, because you see every move that Sizemore made in the video. Every little cut, like cutting these little bitty pine limbs just to get the footage. I'm a climber. But you see none of the actual like maple work, the actual dude that did the climbing. You see that there's a log left. Then Sizemore goes up with his chainsaw, makes a face cut on it, and I bet you something happened when he fell that log, because you don't see that clip. And that's the kind of stuff, like, if it happened and you're not pretending to be something you're not, what is the problem with being like, the tree was cracked. It was a Kodam and was split, and it had ratchet straps holding it together. He put a face cut, and when he made his back cut, potential it could just go and break apart, or it's going to sit down on one side, one half's going to come off. Like, I just dealt with a similar issue on a tree where I left a huge half of it left. It was a Kodam honey locust, and I left the section over the fence leaning hard, and then this section here I had taken it all down short because there was a garden there. And then when I went to make the back cut, it was held together with ratchet straps. This half over here that I had trimmed down set down on my saw and was completely loose. So I had to shake it loose, cut it off, and then I only had the other half sitting there with only half the stump left, and we still was able to jack it and get it over. But I feel like something like that happened, and he doesn't show the tree falling. If you're not going to show me the log falling, don't show me you putting a face cut in it. Like, but I gotta give you every bit of footage. If I do anything tree related, I need to put it on the internet. And I'm just not buying it, dude. I mean, other people can. If you like that kind of stuff, I'm not buying it. I don't respect the pretend aspect. Be honest and be like, I'm a guy that just likes doing this kind of tree worky stuff. But you're not going to get that from him. He's a real tree guy, is what he calls himself. A real tree guy. And I'm like, okay, dude, whatever. I don't know. Well, um, and then at the end of the video, he says, I'm on my way to Pennsylvania to do some contract climbing. I'll bet you are. They got ornamentals there. I don't know. I'd be embarrassed doing some of this shit. But yeah, that is what it is. I did get my answer though, so I will back off because he is a little sensitive lady. So I probably should back off from it and not even bring him up because it brings attention to him and stuff. So I will oblige and I will back away from that one. I got my answer with the reflex. I'll check in every once in a while, but as far as it being a regular thing, we'll hold off. Then oh, did he? Oh, you was here, dude. Yeah, there's a fat chick, a little fat gray haired lady, who's she puts out tree videos. Danielle, she is, dude. She's been putting out videos for a long time, brother, long time, and she she does like what's another video? She likes to do like pruning stuff, but Danielle Muffy, I think's what uh like an old fat chick with gray hair. Um, yeah, she's wild. She's she likes to do like submissive pruning where you like make the tree your bitch or something. I don't know. He does or she does some wild stuff. You have to check it out when you get a chance. Okay. Next channel is Indiana Doug. I don't talk about Indiana Doug much, but he needs to shut up. Putting out bad information. I don't like that. He says, puts out a video, and it's called World's Most Hated Pro Level Chainsaw 362 CM. No. How? No. That is my favorite. So that's not true at all. That's absolutely not true. Um, that's crazy. That's where I was talking about. How the hell is something so different from one dude to the next? Where 362 is probably one of my favorite saws I've ever used. I'm incredibly impressed with it. I've had it for, it's got to be almost a decade and have never had an issue. And he says it's the world's most hated pro level saw. Yeah, you ain't seen that. Yeah, Danielle chicks. No, no, just I think it's I don't know. She got glasses, got long curly gray hair. This little fat chick. She's always talking about like uh doing end weight reductions and stuff like that. I don't know, dude. You have to go check it out. Um, she likes to pretend like she like made up everything. You gotta watch her. She'll take credit for the shit she did. But I don't know. Oh, I'm trying to think of a way I could get you to where you remember her. She said that like you can turn barber churn into a. It could be beneficial, like purpose. Barber churn on purpose. You've seen her videos. Hated because they can't run one. Keep to the 170s. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Facts, John. Facts. I took offense to that. I'm like, what the hell? I hope he's just rage baiting. I hope it's just stupid rage bait. Because, like, I have heard guys complain about a 361s, I think's what it was. But I've never had an issue with the 362, and I use it nonstop and have used and abused that thing. It's had no work done to it. It's never had a piece mess up. Like, it's such a good saw. Yes. Yep. Lift. That's her. That is her. Yeah. She's wild. She is a wild girl. Um. Yeah, Indiana Doug, knock it off. No, you didn't rage. I don't know. I hope he's rage baiting. Next channel. Well, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing, but I do need to speak about this. I'm not going to do Buck and Billy Ray's videos because he did some videos this week, and he got in an argument with a guy, and you finally, for the first time, did anybody catch the video where Buck and Billy Ray's throwing F-bombs right and left back at a dude because the dude kind of tried to punk him? But he did kind of, stand. But if you see the old dude, like the poor old man, is of course Buckin's now going to act like I had to stand my ground. But did you see how quickly, easily, and with no effort, the F word started flying out of Buck and Billy Ray's mouth? I find that to be strange if he's such a holy human that doesn't say anything bad and everything in life is perfect. And it didn't seem like he was being very kind to this gentleman when he was throwing F-bombs back and forth and telling the man, you're going to deal with it. And like, you got the real Buck and Billy Ray for a second. Not the one that he pretends to be on YouTube so that he can keep up the persona for the men, women, and children. I thought that was funny, but I'm not going to talk about any of his videos this week. Other than that, check that out if you didn't catch it. He gets in an argument with a guy, and a bunch of it gets cut out. I bet he cussed nonstop, and they cut a bunch of it. But is anyone? He's the one that wants to do this. I got to talk about this. Homie's juiced out of it. Like this is just my opinion, but like, dude, he is on so much gear. It's insane. And even at Buckenstock at one point, he talked about how he was going to tell people about what he's doing for his healing journey. He's been healing. For a person that's pretty good at reading people, this is my read on Buckin, who went from being this docile, heavier set, older man to this always got energy guy. He's on all kinds of gear. Homie's nipples, like, he has gynecomastia, which is like, it's a hormonal imbalance that you get where the body starts to produce too much estrogen because you're feeding it too much testosterone. So, and I mean, that kind of stuff, it's not like you're doing anything illegal. You get that, your doctor will give you testosterone, but you don't pretend like it's just a holy thing that I do and I get strength from the sun and on my vitamin D, and you're slamming gear every day. Like, homie's nipples are protruding out at all times, look like little fingers. And I don't want to see that shit, but you're the one that wants to fucking do every video like I fucking know, skin hanging all off you, talking about how you're gonna get a 6-pack and look like a UFC fighter, and Jesus Christ, it's very obvious you're starting to get titties. Like, it's what happens is, like, the body produces that estrogen because it's like you're giving it too much testosterone. It's trying to even itself out, and those estrogen deposits will start to grow into breast tissue, and you'll start to get like a little titty. And he's getting like that. And another thing, like, no one's fucking nipples look like spikes at all times, dude. Like, you must chafe so bad when you wear a shirt. That's probably why I wear suspenders, to keep the nipple marks off, or the blood, or I don't even know. But he's stop doing videos with your shirt off. I don't want to see this shit. I wouldn't come to these conclusions if you would just like. It's like he's wearing his dick out shorts, not tied up tight, and no shirt, and that's, I don't know. Fuck. I'm sorry I watched it. Like, I shouldn't have watched it. Yeah. It's called gyno. Yeah, gynecomastia is what it is. I'm not kidding. I'm being straight up. Like, that's no human man's nipples are always rock hard protruding. Like, it's not like you got, like, your nipples got a little hard. It's like they are about to burst out. Like, they look like little fingers. Like, they're just like this in your face at all times. I don't like that. I don't like that. Put a damn shirt on. He's gaffing. No. Yeah. Put a damn shirt on, you old fart. Next channel. I mean, I don't like this guy, but he puts out videos. Veterans Tree Service. His video this week was called Spike Pruning 101. Caution, rage bait. We got another little sensitive Sally here trying to get in front of the feedback because it can handle a little bit of negativity. You don't tell people it's rage bait. You let it rage bait them. But you're afraid of offending anybody. You're like, hold on, no, I'm just rage baiting. No, I don't like this. I don't take that part out. Caution, rage bait. Jesus Christ, you even got to coddle your viewers, huh? I don't like that. I've got an issue with this guy. I gotta hit the sheets, y'all. I'm out. Okay. Right on, Puss. Thanks for hanging out, brother. Oh, is John headed out? Oh, that was John. I got hit. Oh, okay, John. Have a good one, brother. My bad. Yeah, have a good work week, brother. Stay safe. Try to stay cool. So here's what Tim is one of these guys where, okay, let me tell you something. The rules don't change specifically for you. You're not special. You may be special, but not in a way that matters. The rules don't change for you. The same rules apply. Every guy that like wants to put out the content, but like, okay, they're always looking for an excuse of why it's okay. Instead of telling the honest God's truth, which it's too hard for me to do, I don't want to put forth that amount of effort, and I don't care. Like, just tell the truth. But we're always doing this thing where we're moving the goalpost, and it's like, I'm going to show you why it's okay for me to spike this tree. No, you're not, because it's not okay. It's not okay. Or you could have just done the work and not brought up the fact that you were spiking a prune. And that would have been more beneficial for the industry. And every other dude that would watch it afterwards and try to emulate something out of it, at least you're not pointing out the thing you're doing wrong and bringing all the attention towards it. So there's my disconnect with it. If you don't care and you want to spike it, spike the hell of it. Don't point it out and then try to give other people excuses so they can do it too. Just don't. It doesn't help anybody. And everybody's got excuses of, well, It's not hurting because of this, because of this, because of this. What is your job as the tree guy? If you're pruning a tree, your job is to do something that's beneficial. Do things for this tree that are only beneficial to the tree, that help the tree. Your job is at no point is it to hurt the tree. It's to help it. So at what point does stabbing a hole in the tree, an unnecessary hole at that, at what point is that beneficial to that tree? It's not. It's not. So if you're doing it, I just say, let's not point it out. Let's not bring attention to it and try to give other people an excuse to do the same thing. I just don't have I there's okay. Let me explain it this way. I've had people where I've told them I need this is what this would cost to do. To do it the right way. To do this tree without gaff, to do it would cost this. And they say, no, I can't. Like, is there any way it can be done cheaper? Yeah, I can spike the hell out of it and it possibly kill it. Something could happen. But if I'm allowed to use my spikes and I can just gaff the hell out of the tree and whatever happens to it happens to it, my price becomes lower. Why? Because it's 10 times easier if I use my spikes. To do it the right way is hard. It's not easy. It's difficult. No one wants to admit that. I don't understand why nobody wants to admit that. Instead of just saying it's too much that's into it for me to want to do that, or for my time frame, and I don't care. Like, there's the truth. But everybody's like, it's because my bark's thicker, or it's because of this, or no, it's not. None of that's all bullshit. That's all bullshit. It's I don't want to do it, or the customer doesn't give a damn, or this tree's getting ready to be removed here next month. If there's multiple situations where it becomes okay, and you can still record it and put it up. Like, I get where people need the content to be put up because that's what they're doing. They put out content on the regular, and that's what they did that day. We just don't need to point it out and be like, here's a video where anybody that doesn't want to take the time to learn how to do it without spikes or do it in the correct manner, they've got your video where they can be like, well, look at this guy. This guy says it's fine. It's not. When's it okay to spike a part of a tree that you're removing? If you're taking it out. If the tree is coming down later, there's multiple scenarios. We all know this. Deep down, we all know this. Even if you're the guy that makes up the video to where you're trying to say that, this is the truth. Or just, I say, don't point it out. Like, I don't see the benefit of pointing it out when you know it's something maybe you shouldn't do. Because you wouldn't even bring it up if it was fine. Like, if there's no issue with it, you're not bringing it up. But stabbing like extra holes in the tree doesn't help it. That'd be like going to the bottom of the tree and smacking it a couple times with your axe. It doesn't help the tree. I mean, we know this. Don't. Like, and I don't see there being any other, like, there's nothing wrong in that. Like, I think there's guys that are going to be really good at spikeless climbing, and this video causes the friction is all it really does. This one, like, you're building a group that says it's okay when if they just tell the truth. I'm telling you right now, like I said, I could have taken the tree and cleaned it properly and did the but it's 10 times harder. So I want to be compensated for something that's 10 times harder. That's fair. If you don't care about your tree and you're okay with me spiking it, I want my day to be easier. That's the truth. Who's showing spikeless climbing? There's guys. There's guys. I mean, all trees, all seasons shows shitloads of it. Like way more than anybody wants to watch. But and there is a real art to it. And then there's things where, as I was trying to get into that, because I want to be able to do that. Like I want to know the right way. I want to have that option to where I can do it the right way. And maybe it's not needed. But what I'm doing is I'm not the guy that like made the rules. But the rules are the rules. So I try my best to flow in that direction. And I don't know. I don't know. I feel for both sides. Like I get the guys that are like it's stupid. But I also get the guys that's like, hang on, I worked my ass off to get good at this. And because you don't want to spend the time to get good at it, you say it don't matter. That's not really fair. I mean, you'd be pissy too if you were the guy that spent all of his time getting good at like, and I'm not that guy. I'm not your spikeless prune like master. Not at all. I can do it, but I'm probably not recording it. It's not fun. I mean, that's just the truth. It's strenuous enough. The extra added part of recording is too much. I wouldn't even do it. But I mean, there's a few videos out there, but I wouldn't now. Like I get it, but I don't know. I would just respect the fact if somebody was like, I don't care. This is what I'm doing. Deal with it. Not at one point you named it something different. Instead of calling it spiking a tree you're not supposed to, you start calling it cheater steps. He renamed it. He's trying to rebrand it and make it. I fucking can't, man. It's not cheater steps. That's called stabbing a tree. You stop it. You did. Fucking rebranded it. Tried to make something cool. I don't like that. Stop it. It's kind of funny, and I got it, but and then at one point, oh god, I don't know. I don't like how he's trying to get in front of the commenters, and because he knows he's doing wrong. And at one point, he's oh, stupid, but he says, "What's this? What's this ascender on my spikes? Is that a foot ascender? No, you fucking douche. It's a spike ascender. If we're being honest, like it's not. A foot ascender would go on your foot and it wouldn't have a damn spike on it. But I just can't with this guy. He's sneaky little snake. You gotta watch him. Cheater steps is what he calls it when he destroys a tree. I gotta start giving shit different names. I gotta start. I gotta get on this. I didn't even think about rebranding shit that's hard and doing it the lazy way and just like if I fell the tree on the house because it was leaning that direction and you just call it like house leveling. I leveled your house. Like it. Do you want your house leveled? I like this. Actually, I think I'm on board with this. I think I'm gonna get. And he says, fuck it. I can't. This dude here. That's how I got here. He says, hey, he's on his way down. I can't with this guy. He says, guys, actually, like I can't. I don't know how he says it with a straight face. Spiking this is actually safer than setting another line over there and being tied in twice. What the fuck are you talking about, you dork? So, how does being tied in twice not safer than being tied in once? How is being tied in once but stabbing the tree safer than being tied in twice? I don't like this guy. He's a sneaky snake. You someone needs to cut the grass. This guy, so you can see him coming. Um, he's crazy. And then, and then he edits the video all choppy, and like sneaks in the clips where he's stabbing the shit out of the tree. And like it's all over the place. He's like over here, and then all of a sudden he's like blowing these big tops out, and he's like back over here. I'm like, what just happened? Like, what? I don't like that. He's trying to be sneaky. And like, when's it okay to spike it? Like, if you're removing a whole section of the tree, spike the shit out of it. It's going. What's the sense? Have good work positioning. But you know, and if you're doing something like that, that's when it becomes your own personal standards. Because at any point of doing the rest of your work in that tree, you could spike the tree. That's on you not to do it because you're wearing them. And most people are just lazy, so it's like, God dang, there's more. He does more. He says, he says people that complain about spikes think they're right because they read a book, but don't do the job. Listen up, son. First of all, I don't even know how to read, and I do the job, and I still think you're wrong. I just, yeah, this guy, he's crazy. But shout out to Son of a Birch. He sent him the saw attachment for the 2511T. So, okay. And then Tim gets up. Geez, this is the last part that I seen. He's up at the top and he's getting ready to rig this fucking top out. And this dude, and I knew it was gonna happen, just because I could like hear it in his voice. He does this like calm demeanor when he knows something's gonna maybe happen, and he's like, "Oh, the tips are broke. It won't even touch the house," and then smacks the shit out of the house. And it wouldn't have probably hit the house if you'd have let the rope stay up, but he got all scared it was going to get him. So he pulled the because the rig line's going down like this to the limb, and it would have been fine. It wouldn't have hit the house. But he got all scared. He's a little sensitive little girl. He grabbed the line and pulled it down to the stop that was there and put a notch in it, and it introduced like 4 to 5 more feet of rope, which allowed the piece to go out another 4 to 5 feet. It smacked the roof, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's a perfect ending. That is a perfect ending. So I don't know. This cheater steps, he says. Cheater steps. We need cheater step merch. I'm in. I told the owner of the house I'm hitting it. Yeah, I mean, if you told him and he didn't do it, that's on him. It's his own stupidity. So last one this week is Climber Drew. His video, I took extreme measures to land this tree job! Exclamation point. Do not replicate. This dude is a lolcow. He's just hilarious. He's fucking hilarious. Unintentionally funny. But listen, he invented a new way to find work. Like, you guys don't even know about it. It's called knocking on doors. Climber Drew. He invented a new way to find work. It's called knocking on doors. He calls it cold knocking, which is crazy to even think. Like, it's hot as fuck outside. What are you talking? It ain't cold knocking. It's door to door. And it's been, that doesn't happen anymore. But for anybody that's been doing this any length of time, you've knocked on doors and embarrassed the hell out of yourself when you get that rude homeowner, or have knocked at the wrong time and caught somebody like, and they're like, "Get away from my house, you freak!" But you didn't. Jesus Christ! Don't replicate. You ain't. You're the new dude. Everything's been done already. Stop acting like you just found something out. I don't know this guy. Um, Cold knocking. It's like Tim's cheater steps. These guys are just. I don't know. Um, he, he sets up his rigging, and legit, if I drove by, I was like, cool, the lawn guys are out there rigging. And you want to know why I don't like that kind of rigging? Because usually it ends up something going wrong. You can't hold the piece up into the air and it becomes too heavy and it smashes something, or you roast your rigging guy's hands. And which one happens? I think both. I think both of them happen in this scenario, but the only one I can 100% be for sure of is the rope guy got his hands roasted because you're not hooking up a friction device. You're standing over there under a tree, and you as the climber is like, oh yeah, that's fine, that's plenty enough friction. Between that and the skin on your hands, we're gonna be good. Me too. I'm ADHD at all times. It's hard for me to get through this. Like I had to knock on door to door. Dude had dementia and thought it was 1965. Yeah, no. Yeah, dude. Huh. Yeah, I've had some wild shit. I've had some wild shit. My dad did tree work. You know how much I've done door to door knocking since I was like a teenager, and it is the most. I've hated it my entire life. There's nothing more I hate than going up and knocking on doors. But blew my mind when old Ding Dong's like, I figured out a new way to find work. It's called knocking on doors. You get find a new way to get a trespassing charge too. Fucking weirdo. You don't knock on people's doors these days, but should have used Buckin's nips for Bowden. That's no shit. His fair leads are like fucking ignorant. And the bend radius on his gynecomastia, his titty, is not too sharp. Let's just say that. You guys are awesome. Um, yeah, so he's rigging like the local lawn guy, and then there seems to be some clips missing from the video, and I noticed that the bushes there's a hedge that goes down between these 2 yards, and the hedge seems to be pretty intact, and then there's some clips missing, and there seems to be like a where it looks like a top went through the hedge. And I thought that just seems a little weird to me that just maybe a deer ran through there or a horde of elephants in between clips during a commercial or something. I don't know. But I thought that was kind of weird that there was two big tops there. There's a cut and then there's just one top. And I don't know. I just whatever. Like, it is what it is. Get a damn friction device though. Stop roasting your rigging guy's hands. It's 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 ignorant. It is just ignorant, and it's I don't know. I take pride in my rigging setups. That shit just looks ugly to me. Um, and at one point he's got to talk about he's got a viral video, and he's got to talk about his viral video he had, and it turns out that no one cares. So shut up. And my last thing about him is he's got a ground guy named Tony. And personally, I think Tony should be your boss. I want Tony to be the boss and Drew to be the help. And Tony should get to tell you what to do. You burnt his hands. That was rude as fuck. And I just feel like I like Tony more. Um, yeah. Tony should be the boss. Facts. Makeshift friction devices. And go. Um, I'm gonna win. And I just made this. I just made this. You could use one of these. As you, yeah, I made this. No one's even made anything. I'm gonna make another one real quick. I got skills. Oh my god, I'm gonna flip. This is not worth the joke. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ugh. I got this. I made this. I got more. Hang on. I made this. This is like, it's like a, it's like a safe block that you can put in your wallet, and it fits with your bank cards. You just put it in your back pocket. I mean, if you ever need to do rigging, you just can rig. No, I did not steal from him. I did not steal from him. I'm sure if I tell you what, the reason I know this isn't his is I feel like these would smell like shit. You know why? Same reason the bike seat thing. Definitely not his. First thing I did was like I smelled the Fairleads and I was like, nah, that's not his. Did you steal that from Tim? No. Well, I think that's about all I got for this week. It's big too. It's quite a bit bigger than most. I'll tell you that. Check it out. Like, what if that's how you you measured a quarter wrap is the same way that a OnlyFans chick measures a dildo. She like measures it up into her guts. You guys are fucking crazy. Hey, that's not. If I said OnlyFans dude, that's a little, yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's facts. That's facts. Christ. Hurricane pins. I guess you get them if you work in that hurricane. I got it from TCIA. There's Helena. There's Michael. I think it's some of these stupid things. Stickers, they're not even cool to look at. Oh my god. I didn't even notice how lame this sticker pack was that you got from TCIA. Look at this. The lamest sticker pack ever. Got branch manager. You got a fucking a Bill Jack's bucket with me in it. And then you got a dog. I don't know. I don't know about that dog. And then Sizemore right there. How the fuck did he get on this? That's crazy. He is popular, isn't he? Is there anything else? I don't see anything else. Stupid Merlot. Doing all the work all easy and shit. TCIA is stuck on you. I don't like that sticker at all. Why did it have that? TCIA is stuck on you? This is better than in you. Yeah. The strongest name in rigging. zesty sticker sheet. I don't like it. The Cinnaboggan, that's what it is. That's lame too. I don't like it. I don't like how it makes my job look like it's super easy. I don't like how it's trying to take our jobs. You know what I mean? Trying to take our jobs. Take our jobs. I've got a lot of suits. I gotta run one. It's like 2 million. That's crazy. Husqvarna, don't they make dirt bikes and sewing machines? Yeah. And I think they make a couple chainsaws for like elderly and women. Batteries. That does cost a little more than a climber. That is true. That's true. I wonder over a career though. Probably. It's probably more than what you'll make over a career as a climber. Because you're gonna crash out eventually and it'll be over. That's the thing. Like sometimes I try to look at tree climbing like Dana White explains prize fighting. I kind of look at tree climbing like that. You have an opportunity for a short period of time, unless something catastrophic happens. But until then, you only have an opportunity, and at any time, it can be taken away. So, yeah, even the I don't know. Maybe I got lucky and just had enough of a hiccup that it's just got me on edge at all times. Gotta go. LCPO. You're not redacted, Lord. You're cool. Do not listen to complain of small 2 million. That's sick. Right on. Is it true monkey beaver harness are no longer in production due to not having a CE rating? Could be. Could be. It wouldn't surprise me. So I want you to think about this, how dirty the industry is. I can absolutely guarantee you that the tree care industry hated August being at TCIA Expo. Behind the scenes, while he's there with a booth, they're behind the scenes trying to shut that whole thing down. He managed to corner the market when it comes to tree climbing saddles to get a high end price on them, and they sold like hotcakes. And to this day, everyone still, when you ask for what's the best saddle to get, you're going to get that. The industry that all these stupid douches that are in their suits and fucking always pretending like the shit that's coming out of their cum dumpster is profound and like best for it. They don't care about none of the climbers. They care about the money that's in the industry, and they're looking to take every penny from you. That's why they produce products and say that they always need to be replaced. That's why the standards are always trying to be up. That's why when I complain about doing spikeless prunes, at some points I'm like, fuck it. Who cares? Like, I get why guys act like that, because there's a chance that it's all bullshit and that it couldn't hurt the tree at all. I could see the industry doing that, coming up with that rule, and lying to us to get us to buy more products and learn further techniques that require schooling and teaching, and it's a dirty cycle. And I could see that being the case if I'm being honest. Yeah, yeah, definitely does it. Good's good. Like, but I guarantee you that the industry doesn't like it. They don't like it at all. So I can see that being the case. And at that point, that's when I instantly, despite my personal feelings about August, I'm 1,000% on August's side. He made a good product, which I'm not a fan of the Monkey Beaver saddle. I'm not gonna ever tell you it's the greatest saddle ever. I have my opinion, and it's not. That's not. That's not my favorite. But I can't sit here and honestly tell you that the majority people don't have the same opinion as me, and they say that is the best saddle there is. So like, and if someone's trying to stop him because they think he's taking their money, I think they're dickheads, and I think it's dirty and gross. And this is why I think the industry and all of its standards can suck it sometimes. So no, no, nope, nope, nope. You can. I'm telling you right now, you can get your bottom screwed anytime you want, anytime for the rest of eternity. The screw bottom boot will always be here. Um, yeah, I would never do that to you guys. I would never do that. Like, I just wouldn't do that. So, DP, what's up? Yeah. Guys, I think that's probably gonna do it for tonight. I don't really think I have much else going on. Again, I mean, hopefully everybody. I want guys to post really what they do. I want them to be able to be honest in their videos. I don't want this G-rated BS. I want realness. I want the legit stuff that you do. Don't try to hem haw and give me excuses for why you're breaking this rule or this rule or this rule. I respect the guy that's like, I'm doing it this way because I do it this way. Okay. Okay. How do you get at a guy that does that? Um, I want a guy to. I want every one of you guys to just be confident enough to just do what you want to do. I want you to be safe, but I want you to be confident to do what you do. Guys like Sizemore, um, I know that the things I say is never gonna change Buck and Billy Ray. I wouldn't want to. He is what he is. Like he is. That's his persona for YouTube. A lot of people like it. I'm not a fan of the character, but I think everybody has the right to do whatever they want to do. I just want everybody to be safe. And I mean, honestly, most people's opinion should never matter. But know that I said most people. My opinion should always matter to you. I mean, I am a random person in the middle of nowhere who pretty much knows everything and is the best at climbing. So if I say something, you should take it to heart. You should listen. You should fix whatever I tell you to fix, and you'll be better for it. I'm just telling you. So, um, all right. Well, I guess I'm gonna go work on a new ploy to get monies, um, and trick you guys out of your monies. Next time, I'll figure it out. And I have some stuff to buy, stuff that will game changer stuff. Um, you guys stay safe. Um, I'm always here for anybody. You don't have to be a member. If there's a question that you have and I can help you, you don't have to be a member for that kind of stuff. But I do greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate all you members. You guys are keeping the channel going. Lift, appreciate everything you've done. Ground Pounder, Charles, you guys are the best. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I may try that. I have an internal issue with sweating to death while cold knocking. I feel like I could spontaneously combust in the process of doing that. So I worry. But guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks for giving me your time and let me ramble. And yeah, I'll catch you next time. Stay safe. Oh, and I just put up a new video on members too. So enjoy. Catch you next time.